àkànṣe NIN yín pẹ̀lú ohun ìpè Glo yín òun ló bá tọ́ lówó bá dé. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ọ̀rọ̀ báwa ṣe máa so NIN nọ́mbà wa mọ́ òpó ìpè Glo line wa. Ó simple ìwọ tẹ́sà 109.
Irú àwa tí a wà ní nọ́mbà ìdánimọ̀ NIN yìí rárá ń kọ́.
Ẹ lọ sí ẹ̀ka ilé ìtajà Glo kẹ́ ẹ lọ fi orúkọ yín sílẹ̀ níbẹ̀ òun lè bá ṣe lówó bá dé. Ẹ dákun ẹ jọ̀wọ́ báwo lèmi náà yóò ṣe jàǹfààní káàdì ìpè $10,000 ọ̀fẹ́. Ṣé ẹ rí àwọn oníbàárà Glo tuntun àti àwọn tó ti wà ń bẹ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀tẹ́lẹ̀? Ǹjẹ́ ẹ mọ̀ pé gbogbo wa pátápátá òun lọ láǹfààní àti jẹ fẹ́?
Èmi náà mo ti gba $20,000 náírà. News tonight. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo seeks global partnership and support for Nigeria's energy transition plan. Over 600 micro and small business owners benefit from first tranche of Kwara Care operational grants. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) clamps down on illegal miners, seized minerals worth hundreds of millions in Patigi local government area. Plus, update from the world of entertainment and sports. This is the Nigeria Television Authority NTA ILORIN NewsTonight. Good evening and welcome. I am Peace Oloriyomi. Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo on Wednesday departed to the United States of America to seek global partnership and support for Nigeria's recently launched energy transition plan. A statement by the Vice President's spokesman, Laolu Akonde, said he will meet his American counterpart, Kamala Harris, World Bank Group, and other partners. Osinbajo is leading Nigeria's Energy Transition Implementation Working Group on the U.S. mission, with meetings starting from September 1 to promote the plan and secure global support from the United States government, the private sector, and other development partners. At the launch, the World Bank and a renewable energy organization, Sun Africa, pledged a sum of $1.5 billion each, totally an initial $3 billion investment to support the implementation of Nigeria's energy transition plan. The Vice President is expected to return to Abuja early next week. Over 600 micro and small business owners have benefited from the first tranche of Kwara Care operational grants to boost their businesses and in turn contribute to the growth and economic development of the state. Abdulhafiz Alaya reports that the World Bank Assistance Program was facilitated by Kwara State government to curb the impact of COVID-19 on businesses in the state.
The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic and the subsequent lockdown to tame its spread did not only impede social but also economic activities across the country. It is with a view to helping businesses recover from the effects of COVID-19 pandemic that Kwara State government is accessing the World Bank credit facility and disburse same as grants to keep MSMEs afloat. 45 small-scale business owners are getting 700,000 naira each, while 623 micro-scale businesses are receiving 200,000 naira grants each.
NGK's program is going to last for 24 months. So it's in 4 tranches. So what we are doing here today is the first tranche. We'll be waiting for the World Bank to carry out their IVA verification. Once they are done, to ensure that we pay the rest of the people, we'll open the portal again to receive new applications, and then we'll do the second tranche, the third tranche, and the fourth tranche.
You have to be accountable for the funds that you've received by using it judiciously for what it is meant for in promoting your businesses.
To to Shuaib Zakaria, a merchant of Asufi. The grant is a huge relief considering the losses business suffered during the lockdown.
Businesses was locked down from March to July. There's no production, no selling of Asufi. Even we didn't travel to Lagos to any place that time. We suffer a lot.
I'm brought up in Kwara. Since I was born, I've never ever experienced this in my life. So I'm very, very grateful. May Almighty Allah make his dream to be actualized.
The operational grant is expected to be closely followed by the IT enhancement grant, which is the last component of the COVID-19 business recovery intervention under Kwasib. Abdelaziz Alaya, NTA News.
Ilorin Zonal Command of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has busted a syndicate of illegal miners with 5 truckloads of minerals of different types worth millions of naira in Patigi local government area of Kwara State. Abdulaziz Alaya reports that the miners were arrested in a joint operation by EFCC, Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps.
Kwara State is blessed with an area of mineral resources, but the activities of illegal miners have continued to deprive the state and the federal government the economic benefits accrued from the natural endowments. The collaborative efforts of the EFCC, NSCDC, and Ministry of Mines and Steel Development to curb the economic sabotage is however yielding results with the arrest of 10 members of a mining syndicate through an effective surveillance. They were caught with 5 trucks of lipidolite and other lithium family metals of about 150 tons per truck. This would have robbed the federal government of revenue in millions of naira, if not for the swift intervention of the agencies, who are working around the clock to put a stop to the economic crime.
We want to assure the entire nation that this particular operation is just the beginning of the good days. This collaboration will fetch the states, and it's just sending the signals to the entire nation, wherever all our solid minerals are being taken illegally. And we, the security agents, they are already on their toes to checkmate this.
Members of the public are advised to always avail the EFCC of information about illegal mining and other economic sabotage in their domains to safeguard all means through which the government generates revenue to drive growth and development. Alaya, NTA News.
Despite the warnings generated by meteorologists against perennial flooding in many parts of the country, some parts of Ilorin metropolis has begun to experience the flood, with residents of Isale Koko area counting their loss. Abdulwahid Bibiri reports that if urgent action is not taken by the government, more residents may be rendered homeless.
Despite the dredging initiative to curtail flood in Ilorin metropolis, some areas seem to be in more danger as flood has started taking over people's houses and property. One of such areas in Ilorin is Isale Koko. Abdulhakim Rahim resides in Isale Koko. His fear of being rendered homeless is fast approaching as they all cannot sleep with their eyes closed any longer.
Anytime rain fall, even if the rain is not much, even if it's small rain, but based on the water from other places and the people that they are pouring, they are dumping things inside the water. So everything is coming down, and when they come down, the water is going to escalate and disturb people. There is no place people can put their leg to their house. Some people will get injured before getting into their house.
A lot of people had flee their houses, while some people abandoned their project just because of the inability to control the flood being experienced in the area. Other residents and shop owners are also being threatened by flood, which perhaps is as a result of the area's proximity to Asa River, a major river in Kwara State.
They usually pack out of that very houses until like 2-3 months before that very erosion just move away. They will be able now to move into the houses.
We appeal to government to extend the ongoing dredging of Asa River to Isale Koko in order to prevent the annual flooding.
Although one man's food, they say, is another man's poison, some people are still taking advantage of the situation for agricultural purposes.
The presidency had sometime last year flag of erosion and flood control here at Isalekoko, area of Ilorin East local government, Kwara State, but up to now, the project has not taken off. The appeal of the residents is for government to urgently intervene. Abdulwahid Bibire, NTA News.
Investigations to unravel the death of 2 Kwasi students ongoing. This and more after the short break.
Here is a very tough guy who knocks out every opponent, but now he's been knocked down by malaria.
Amatem soft gel.
Amatem soft gel makes treating malaria easy. Amatem soft gel is a game changer.
Amatem soft gel, a good to combat malaria for body.
Available for adults and children. Say no to malaria. Yes to life.
Welcome back. Investigation is ongoing to unravel the cause of the death of 2 students of Kwara State University, Malete, on August 25, 2022. Police Public Relations Officer Ajayi Okasami said their bodies are still at the morgue of the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital for autopsy. Hamad Fulani completes the report.
Tobiloba Daniel and Arewa Bayomi, according to information from the police, were 200-level students of Kwara State University, Malete, and had been friends for long. They lived in one of the off-campus hostels. The unfortunate accident was discovered when stench emanated from their room after 3 days of not seeing the deceased in public domain.
The occupant of the room had not been seen for about 3 days. So the police now went there and they forced the door open and met the 2 dead bodies of a male and a female purported student of Kwara, a 200-level student on the bed. People should always be their brother's keeper. If you have seen somebody yesterday, you have not seen him today, and they want to find out his condition, even if by ordinary calls, try to make sure that you know the whereabouts of your neighbor.
The police is still awaiting the result of the autopsy and will make it available to the public once it is ready. Ahmad Fulani, NTA News.
Moving on to entertainment, global music streaming giant Apple Music has announced singer Ogaraya as the latest featured artist in its Up Next Artist Development Program in Nigeria. Richard Olaiton has details of this as well as more from the world of entertainment.
Ogaraya, the latest featured artist in the Up Next Artist Development Program, spoke of how his new win would fast-track everything he hoped to accomplish with his art and how exhilarating it is for everyone who has ever expressed faith in his art. Meanwhile, talented Nigerian rapper Miracle Williams, known as Nasty Big Smoke, has unveiled his latest single, an outstanding record titled Also. Also highlights the good and bad aspects of street life, drawing primarily from Nasty Big Smoke's own past experiences of fighting for survival. Afrobeat street hop sensation Bella Shmurda has released the teaser for his upcoming single, which features Afrobeat sensation Omali. The upcoming single will see the 2 superstars combine their exceptional talent to deliver a sound that will appeal to both street and mainstream audiences. Rachel Olaito, NTA News.
And on sports, Nigeria under-19 women cricket team will tackle Rwanda in the T20 World Cup qualifying opener. Kautaraji has the details as well as more on sports tidbits.
Nigeria has been drawn in Group A alongside Rwanda, Tanzania, Malawi and Mozambique, while Group B has Uganda, Namibia, Sierra Leone and host Botswana. Nigeria will open their campaign against Rwanda on September 3rd at the final qualifying tournament of the ICC Women's Under-19 T20 World Cup in Botswana. The top 2 from each group will then go into semi-finals before the winner of the final then celebrates a ticket to the World Cup proper in South Africa. On transfer update, Napoli are not willing to loan out their striker Victor Osimhen to Manchester United in part exchange for Cristiano Ronaldo. In their desperation to have Ronaldo leave Manchester United, Portuguese agent Jorge Mendes reportedly tried to create other pathways to ensure the Portuguese striker gets out of Old Trafford at all costs before the summer's window transfer deadline. According to Inside Football, Ronaldo's agent has held talks with Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis and has proposed taking Ronaldo to Serie A giants in exchange for Osimhen moving to Old Trafford. Chelsea have confirmed the signing of France under-21 international central defender Wesley Fofana from Leicester City. Wesley Fofana has agreed a 7-year deal with the West London outfit, which that could rise above £17 million in add-ons. He could make his debut at the weekend when Chelsea hosts West Ham in the Premier League. Kausal Raji, NTA News.
Now let's take a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow, Thursday, 1st of September 2022. Weather forecast concludes our package for news tonight. Many thanks for watching. Do have a wonderful evening.